Hello everyone who wants to move very slowly, but just sometimes when you feel like it. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. This is a fortress tutorial. We're looking at my test fortress, which is probably one of the vehicles I see the most in this game because I'm always testing on it. And the reason we're talking about fortresses is because someone requested the other day, how do you build a fortress? It's like, well, let's just go through that. We're going to make a little mini fortress as a kind of mini tutorial to make up for the enormously long video I just recorded. You've probably already seen it, and if you haven't, please go see it, because, well, it's fun. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, destroy everything, and we're going to just hit B, and there we have... Problem is, we're not on a fortress now, this is a vehicle. So you go to New Blueprint, and you go to Fortress, and you click away from that, and suddenly you have a little fortress turbine. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just place a mainframe so you can turn on God mode, and that way you don't have to worry about the power reserve of this thing running out and making a mess. So that's your basic first step. Once you've got that, you literally do whatever you want. You just got to make sure that there's enough fortress turbines and enough power generation on the fortress in order to keep it, well, floating. So now I'm just going to make a small fortress for giggles, so I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to just have a tiny circle. What am I going to do? Actually, I'm just going to... You know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is this. And we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this, and we're going to do... this. So here's the thing, fortresses I basically consider you should really only make those like for fun and flavor, because there is literally nothing that a fortress can do that a vehicle cannot do, and probably can do better, all things considered. So yeah, we're just, I don't know, fortresses just like, you know, are kind of, I'm not sure really what their role is, so to speak, in From the Depths. Like, there's no real advantage to them, is what I'm trying to say. Not that I can think of. Let's actually check here. New blueprints, fortress. Yep, nope, it's just fortress. I guess the idea is that you can just have something very stable, I guess, and there's kind of exploits you can do with them, but, yeah, aside from that, I don't know. So let's just have our thing here, like so. Do that. And we're going to have... We're just going to grab... What are we going to do? We're just going to have... We're going to have this thing. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. And then we're just going to make with stone, because I like stone a lot. There we go. Stone bits ahoy! Stone bits ahoy! Stone bits ahoy! Definitely nothing to worry about. And so say all of us. Alright, so now we're going to figure out how big we want to make it. Well, I'm just going to hop into my prefabs. Like, here's the thing. It really helps to have, like, prefabs all figured out, like, ahead of time. I have a bunch of circles, so let's go, what did we do here? 19 by 19? Let's do 19 by 19. Rough guideline there, and just for giggles, I'm going to keep making... Oh no, I did that off-center. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So let's do this now, let's do this now, let's do this now. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Da 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 da. If you're still watching this, you already know how to build a fortress. It's literally the first few things of just place the block where you want it. So now the rest of this is me an excuse. I can definitely talk. Alright, let's do this, fill all this out. And I am going to color this differently, don't worry, I'm going to do that. Did I get... Nope, I didn't. Should have gotten rid of the wood blocks. My bad. Also, backspace, very helpful for places for building stuff. Alright, let's go over here. Is this going to be armored? No! Empty space is our armor, don't you know? Don't you know that empty space is the armor you got to do? Because it's the best. Right, so we're gonna take this and we're going to... ah, jeez. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do this and we're gonna do this. Right, we're still on God mode, that's important. And I didn't want to do that, actually. That would be silly. Okay. This is definitely not the worst thing ever made. Don't know what you're talking about. Do 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 do. This is definitely a fortress of some kind. It is the fortress of all time. But the only thing we need this fortress to do, for demonstration purposes, is fight the Marauder and possibly win. Literally all we needed to do. Don't worry, we will manage that. Oh, we will manage that. Right, so you can also put behavior on a fortress, by the way. Very handy. So I'm just gonna do this. Or not. I'm going to do this. Power and reserve is nothing, but that's okay. Right, we have a floaty box. But this floaty box needs ammo, which we will do like so. Okay, let's do ammo like that, because I can do that. Alright, and now we just need a little engine here, which I'm going to be incredibly lazy here. And I'm going to just make an RTG packet. Okay, let's go... That's too much. I'm going to go find a prefabbed RTG engine, which you generally don't want to use, but this is a fun, silly fortress. You're going to want some kind of very efficient fuel engine for this, because this thing burns power all the time, just to say flying. Where did I put it? Alright. It is the 405 RTG package. How big is this? Aha, that can fit back here, I hope. It can. Hooray. It can just barely fit. There we go. Perfect! Right, so if we do that... Literally not using any materials, so I'm going to add a point at. And we're going to do that. Combat distance is going to be 900 meters. Combat fortresses are generally not a very good idea, because one of your best defenses for any craft and from the depths is speed and maneuverability, and fortresses have neither of those things. So, fortress maneuver. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. And max altitude is... Well, minimum altitude is that, and max altitude we're just going to set to 10. Because this thing doesn't need to be particularly fly. Oh god. Oh boy. It doesn't need to be particularly fly. What am I saying? Alright, so we can armor this a little bit better. I'm going to be super... This is the lazy man's armor, by the way. It's super lazy. Right. Super lazy, super very lazy. Super lazy, super very lazy. Yeah, so whenever you've just said like, I don't care. I don't frickin' care. And then it's just like, yeah. Poles will be slightly less lazy in the front here. With delicious wedges. Delicious wedges. There we go. There we go. Maybe shouldn't have made a tutorial where I'm just not feeling it whatsoever. And we're just gonna have... What is over here? More poles? Don't mind if I do. Right. And I'm going to replace this with one of these and one of these. And just for fun, 2 of these. Alright, cool. Now to paint everything. Let's swap out the stone for stone. Color 4. Let's make that black, because that is fun. And very shiny. And let us swap out the metal for black too. Very shiny. And just for giggles, we are going to put a red belly band around this thing, just because I feel like it. Also, we're going to make the fortress turbines red. And that's basically it for this fortress, really. Like, this is a functioning fortress. Usually you would want to put something like material gatherers and stuff like that on it. But, like I said, like, there's literally no reason to... There's no real practical reason to make a fortress outside of a few exploits involving, I don't know, recall and stuff like that, which I'm not doing a very good job explaining it because I don't know how to do them off the top of my head, because I think they're cheaty and rude. So we're just going to give this guy a little hat. A little hat. How expensive is this? This is cheap as hell. This is cheaper than a Marauder. How about that? Well, it only has the 1 cram cannon. Okay, then. Jolly good, jolly good, jolly good. I'm going to trust that that is all correct. Present and correct, sir. Naturally, the aesthetics is the most important part of the build. So we need to paint. We simply must paint. Jolly good. A little bit of red on top, as a treat. As a little treat. Everyone being so good. And we gotta paint this. There we go. There we go. There's our fortress. Let's save that. Whee! Where was I? Let's just do tutorial craft. Sample derp fortress. So yeah, so long as you remember to build things in a specific order, and you'll be absolutely fine. And from there, go absolutely nuts. Nothing's stopping you, apart from yourself and reality. Right, so that missed horribly. This is our fortress test. Have I done a good fortress? Huh, that is a... Oh, hold on a minute. I never use this prefab. It's just all HE all the time. See, also interesting enough that This has no max speed. I guess this moves at 3 meters per second. Let's see. Are you going to hit this marauder? Uh-oh. Is this marauder going to hit us? It is, because... Ah. You took one block off. Oh no! How shall we ever survive this? This is indeed the fortress of all time. I don't know what this looks like. I hope you didn't click on this for a good tutorial. I mean, I hope you didn't click on this in the hopes of looking at beautiful craft, doing beautiful craft things. What you got is a fortress. It is a little fortress doing little fortress things. I really hope this helped someone, otherwise it's going to be like, well, I made this, I guess. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and if it wasn't helpful, I hope it was mildly amusing. And I got to use a cram cannon, so that's nice. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like at the lowest tier, access to a Patreon exclusive Discord where you can hang out with me and other cool people. And at the highest tier, I'll even build craft for you. Or draw things for you. I do that too, because I draw things on the internet. I have a Twitch stream where I draw things. That's some lovely block confetti off in the distance. So yeah, check out my other channels, and especially my Twitch, because we stream 4 times a week. It's great, if exhausting. And I think that's it. Happy fort making. If you do make a fort, and if you... Here's a fun question. Those of you watching this, how many of you have made a fort that has actually been, like, super helpful? I'm curious. And I'll see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell. This is the limit of my aesthetic skill when I am tired.